Independent West New York Board of Education candidate Joel Campos-Alvis sat down with Hudson County View to discuss why he's running. A relative newcomer to West New York, Campos-Alvis started by introducing himself to residents who may not know him.
My name is Joel Campos-Alvis. I am running for the Board of Education in West New York. I am a resident of West New York for the last now 6 years. I'm the father of 3 children. My older boy actually goes to West New York public schools. And the reason why I'm running is simply because education was key to my personal and professional success. I am the son of 2 low-income immigrants who didn't have much of an education, and I went on to getting a master's degree from Carnegie, Mellon University, and MIT. So I think that education was a key to my professional and personal success, and hopefully by being a trustee of the BOE, Board of Education, I can duplicate my experience with many children and youth here in West New York.
Given his educational background, I asked Campos-Alvis if it was realistic to think he could replicate his educational achievement with West New York kids, and whether more vocational programs were needed at the high school level.
The way to view education is based on 2 grounds: quality of education and quantity of education. Do you know, Michael, for example, how much we spend on extracurricular activities here in West New York? We spend 50% less than the average school in New Jersey. 50% less. Right? So after-school programs, for example, are key. So remember, it is not just about improving the quality, but also improving the quantity of education, right? So that is key. Again, in specifics to do I believe that every child, has to be an astronaut from MIT or a medical doctor from Carnegie Mellon? No. But what I believe is that every child needs to have the opportunity to become one. If he or she chooses to do something else in life, that is perfect for me.
I followed up by asking him if he would support raising taxes to pay for after-school programs.
So there is a myth out there that suddenly money is going to solve all the issues. If you actually double the budget in this town of education, the only thing that's going to happen, if nothing changes, is that the level of corruption will double. When you spend, Michael, $700,000 on insurance contracts, when you could have gotten the same for only $100,000 on broker's fee, that's more than $500,000 in savings. You can do a lot with that. So I don't think the issue is about the amount of money, but rather how you split the money, right? Certainly, if the money is going to pay for for a political cronyism, we're going nowhere. That money rather should be spent on different things, such as extracurricular activities, for example.
He also blasted the idea of a charter school in West New York and those running for the Board of Ed on the charter school platform.
I think that, first of all, this is a race for the Board of Education, so it has nothing to do with the charter school. Whoever is running to propose a charter school or to implement a charter school, I think is running the wrong race. This has nothing to do public school system with charter school. If anything, they might compete actually from each other.
With so much controversy surrounding school superintendent John Fauta, I asked if West New York needed a new administrator to lead the district forward.
Yes, that is the short answer. However, having said that, I don't think that replacing people changes anything in this town. What we have to change is the system. You might bring the best superintendent in the country, but if you bring that guy through a corrupted system, then he's going nowhere. You can have the best, the brightest student, but who goes through a poor educational system, and he won't be a good student. So I think we have to focus on changing the system. This is what I mean. For example, if you are a high-performing teacher, a teacher who cares, and you know that the fate of your career is not based on how hard you work, but rather on who you contribute for a campaign or who you align politically, that is unfair, and that is what we have to change. Changing people doesn't solve anything in the long run. Right? We have to focus on changing the system. And by that, I mean simply removing politics out of the way.
Finally, Campos-Alvis talked about the politics of the race, stressing his independence.
I was offered actually to run as a slate. However, what I realized is that most candidates align with a politician. And there is a difference between what people say and what they do. Right? You can say suddenly now everybody's independent, but yet politicians are backing them either openly, campaigning with them, or behind the scenes. So For me, if I'm going to change the system, I truly have to be independent, because that is exactly what we want. And we want to give people a different option. We want to send a strong message on November 4th and tell them we don't want politics in the West New York public school system. And that is what I represent. And actually, it is not just me, but actually I'm doing this with so many people, and people actually who have told me in private, Joel, I'm going to vote for you, but just don't tell anyone, because if I am open about my choice, I might lose my job. This is crazy.
I'm Michael Shurin with Hudson County View, the eye of the community.